Truth, do you know why we're here today?
Why the fuck are we here, Gappy?
There's a grave injustice in the world. A grave injustice in the WVBA. And of course I am talking about Jake Paul. But unfortunately there is another problem we must first face before we can even face Jake Paul, and that is Iron Mike Tyson.
Testify.
Because it's 1987 and there's a big problem. But before we even face Iron Mike Tyson, there's another problem. And that is racism in the WVBA. There are a number of racist stereotypes littering the ring, and it's up to us as Little Mac and our token black manager to beat up all these awful stereotypes and make it a sport for you, a sport for me, a sport for the sprites in the back.
A sport for everyone.
A sport for everyone. So once we defeat that, we make our way up to Iron Mike Tyson, and then we take on Jake Paul. And then who knows what after. We might get a lucrative deal selling Hyundais in New Jersey.
My dad owns a dealership. We can make that happen.
We are facing ranked number 2, Glass Joe, the man from France, the brawling baguette, the leaning tower of punching, the inaccurate stereotype that's not Italian, special referee, Super Mario. Let's hope that he hasn't been bought out with several coins. I hear the jingle, he has 99, if he's given one more, he's gonna get his life together, but you'll have nothing.
You'd think he'd be a little bit higher up on the ranking scales, but instead, he's number 1, and I've got exactly that many fingers to show him what I think about him.
With a record of 23 wins and 13 losses, the man's back is so large it's been known as the Berlin Wall. And luckily he's going to try out, and hopefully Little Mac will not feel the entire weight of the German force. And unfortunately, oh goodness me, Little Mac, bring yourself to. The children are believing in you. Take the mustache off of him. I'm supposed to not be impartial, but I just do not trust Krauser. Not since the great Colosseum of Rome, since we were throwing Christians to the lions, have I seen such a spectacle.
Speaking of throwing Christians to the lions, our next challenge is, in fact, for the minor circuit title. Little Mac will be facing off against Piston Honda, a man whose country threw several Christians to the lions all throughout the Meiji era.
Wait, did they really throw Christians to things in the Meiji era?
I mean, they crucified them.
Piston Honda, a forehead band that says "Kill Little Mac." A lot of people don't really know that it says "Kill Little Mac" because no one here speaks Japanese.
Are we gonna see World War II? Were 2 bombs enough?
The eyebrows of this man tell a mighty story, a story of pain, a story of training, a story of how far can I go by replacing my R's with L's. And once again, we face the foreign stereotypes being used. As we're here, fighting the racist undertones of the WVBA. And I know we think, oh, Little Mac has got it in him to win, but I've spoken to Doc Lewis's coach, and he has a bucket of paint that he has for a plan if they need to resort to racial stereotypes.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. We can't afford the fines for it.
As I've noticed that none of the combatants have ever tried to catch Little Mac as he turns to the left to dodge. One has to wonder that have they put all their points into being racist, they might actually learn some boxing skills. And he's already knocked out. No doubt referee Mario is going to count very slowly.
It seems that way. These Mediterraneans have it in for each other. They seem to be working a bit under the table.
Don Flamenco may learn without a shadow of a doubt what happens if you taunt the bull too many times.
You taunt the bull, you get the horns, and seems like right now Don Flamenco's getting horny in the ring.
Apparently his diet consists of $20,000, and that is because every time we have gone to run an interview with King Hippo, he has eaten every camera we have shoved in his face.
And he's down. Can he get up? Can a man of such magnanimous mass even hope to reach a vertical position at this point? And he can't. He can't. That's
it, Lil Mac has done it. Lil Mac has literally punched the ass off King Hippo.
Kingslayer, Little Mac, you gotta wonder if the people of Samoa are thinking, maybe it's time for a revolution. I was wondering who the actual competitor was going to be against Little Mac in this fight. I was wondering if it was actually going to be the man we see in front, or if it was the tiger himself. There are very strange people in India. That's not a stereotype. It's just Orientalism, which is somewhat better. Not really, but it's not implicitly racist.
Little Mac is going to be adding furries to his repertoire without long. Will Little Mac start facing a fighting curve as he starts facing opponents his own ilk? Who knows? All I know is referee Mario misses his son.
you hate to see that type of thing happen, but these divorces, you know, the laws of divorce in the 1980s, they're so stipulated against men. It's outrageous.
Very true. In fact, Hollywood's making an adaptation of it called Koopa versus Koopa.
I heard they are getting John Leguizamo to play Bowser in that one. It's kind of quite the actor, but I'm not sure how it fits all together.
I don't know. I fully believe the man can do anything. A lot of people didn't believe in Michael Keaton playing Batman ever since he went from being Beetlejuice prior. But we all know how that turned out.
Turned out about as well as Great Tiger did against Little Mac, which is a middling performance, but nonetheless a huge L. No disrespect to Mr. Michael Keaton, I just really fucking hate Batman.
Little Mac is down. It is now 2-1 in terms of knockdown. If Little Mac can win, and there's the timer. For the first time in his career, Little Mac has not been able to take out his opponent in the first round. Bald Bull looking like he's trying to figure out what day it is. Little Mac trying to wonder if he will ever see through that eye again. And Doc Lewis looking like he's haunted by the dreams of several dead children. My God, look into those eyes. And Piston Honda's come back. Apparently, this is news to me. Adding one loss since his fight to Little Mac, no doubt being Little Mac. Piston Honda's here to show the world he is not a one-trick pony. He is in fact a two-trick pony. Is the band on his forehead no longer says kill Little Mac. It says buy Honda Motors. Who knows what that could mean? The American Stallion made in Japan.
Just like a fine Honda motor.
Buy yours today. I swear we have 50 of them out on the lot. I need to move them, please.
That reminds me, can the person who is in parking spot 3A please move your car? It's not in the way, it's just a piece of shit.
And we've made it to round 3. I'm actually shocked I've only noticed this because I've been looking at Piston Honda for more than 2 minutes.
There are worse things to look at for 2 minutes than Piston Honda. He's quite the good-looking young man from Tokyo, Texas.
This is simply locker room talk, but do not, and I repeat, do not go into the showers while King Hippo is there. Since coming from his homeland of Mother Russia, being known as Vodka Drunkinsky, he has replaced his vodka bottle with a bottle of Coca-Cola since the WVBA sponsorship with Coca-Cola. He has swapped out alcoholism for diabetes.
He has, however, regained his family, who abandoned him for being an absolutely abusive alcoholic. We're going to have to see how he translates that aggression from his family into the ring now, as he faces off against Little Mac.
It should be known that his son is roughly the size of Little Mac, so he is used to pulverizing people of that size.
And here comes that Bald Bull running bull charge. He's sizing him up. And he got him with that bull charge. Oh my goodness.
And I believe that's the third down. Is that TKO? It is TKO. Bald Bull has won. Little Mac fed his first loss in the 7 matches he's had so far today. The horror still in Doc Lewis's eyes, no doubt. He has pulled many a fighter back up to face his opponent right after getting knocked down. How many men has he seen die in the ring before his eyes in his fight against racism? Of course, Doc Lewis, being a black man in America, can let you know why he is fighting to defeat racism. And of course, let me remind our viewers here, our sponsors. Viewers, I apologize for this disturbance as we try to find new advertisements. Coca-Cola has in fact dropped Soda Popinski, and he is back on the sauce.
That's such a shame. I heard he had made some very disparaging comments about the people of Ukraine. I didn't want to believe that he had fallen back into his old vices, but once an addict, always an addict.
He gained his family, he lost so much more. We'll keep trying, and we hopefully will not see Little Mac fall down for a second time. We all know it's not about the size of the fight in the dog, it's about the size of the dog in the fight.
I think he meant that backwards.
A small boy in the audience is asking if this isn't GAA. I'm afraid this isn't GAA, this is WVBA, the World Video Game Boxing Association. And we're playing Punch-Out because several people are away celebrating the Mother's Day with their mothers.
Everyone go out there, hug your mother as much as Bald Bull likes to hug Soda Popinski's children.
Hug your mother, or else Mike Tyson will. Little Mac showing that he might have more muscles than brains at this point. He was offered a reprieve of a few days rest, but Little Mac said, nah, put me back in there. Doc Lewis keeps trying to pull him out. He jumps back in.
Yeah, I wonder if Doc Lewis is going to have to throw in the towel at some point. Perhaps Little Mac is getting in over his head, but he's got that champion spirit. He's going to the distance against Bald Bull here.
I worry that might be an issue because Doc Lewis, I've asked Doc Lewis if I could borrow a towel to clean my car, and I in fact threw it into the dumpster. Doc Lewis is out there towelless with his little boy, Little Mac, in a fight, and look, if Little Mac dies in the ring, do not be alarmed if you see me running for the hills. True, also the cost of keeping Mike Tyson as a boxer has impacted our budget very much so. My predecessor in commentary has in fact tried to establish a union. He showed up dead the next day. I very well might be in danger for bringing up the U word. I believe in you, Little Mac, because if I don't believe in you, I don't know who to believe in. I'm certainly not believing in Bald Bull. The man's ab game is fucking awful. It took him till 9 to get up last time. He's taken a star punch to the face. Will he stay down?
No. Little Mac's signature technique is not going to be enough to finish him off this time. He's going to have to need that TKO or a cross counter. What's it going to be? What's it going to be, Mac? What's it going to be, Mac? Can you do it? Do you believe in miracles? No!
Oh, my God.
He's back up at 1. He's not shirking away from anything. He's ready to go toe-to-toe. He's facing off. The Star Punch. TKO. Bald Bull's down.
I'll tell you something. I don't believe in miracles. But by all that is holy, I believe in Little Mac. Don Flamenco, real name Adam Sandler, has made a name for himself, and it turns out once he gives up joking around, he is a formidable foe. I wouldn't have believed that the previous Don Flamenco we saw could have defeated Piston Honda and Bald Bull, but this Don Flamenco, I believe in.
Prior to 3 minutes ago, I would have absolutely believed you. I would have 100% agreed with you about your previous judgment of Don Flamenco, but this is definitely a new breed of flamingo we've been seeing in the ring tonight. Less of a peacock, more of a striking bird of prey. Well, until he got taken down a second time like a bitch.
And if you hear the rumors about him consorting around with that 18-year-old girl, you might believe him, Don Flamenco, to be a different kind of bird of prey. What will Mr. Stanman do?
We're gonna find out if it's always sunny in Philadelphia, or if it's gonna be nighttime for Mr. Sandman, courtesy of Little Mac.
Very true. Will it be always sunny in Philadelphia, or will he just catch AIDS like Tom Hanks in Philadelphia? And Little Mac is up at 3. Instead of focusing on Philadelphia, Little Mac should instead be focusing on the other movie with Tom Hanks, Big. A very good movie, but unfortunately a product of its time. Isn't that kind of fucked up how the guy turns into an adult and has a sexual relationship with a woman who then sees him turn back into a child in the final 5 minutes of the movie?
The grooming implications of such a film, I don't think they're lost on a lot of people. I think they're deliberately ignored. No one really wants to take a shot at Tom Hanks. He's kind of immortal. Doc Louie telling Mac to join the Nintendo Fun Club. I don't know if that's going to help him against Mr. Sandman, but hey, you never know. Anything could topple the balance of power here. He's going to need everything he's got to trample the Sandman.
Nintendo Fun Club, the Bone Street crew, the clique. It doesn't matter where you come from. Little Mac will tear down the walls of oppression no matter where they will be. Little Mac's head almost sailing off his body like the volleyball from the movie Castaway, also with Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks coming up a lot in this conversation as he prepares once again for a rematch against Mr. Sandman. I have to use the bathroom, so let's go to a sponsor break.
Do you like Soda Drunkinski? I mean Papa Drunkin. Fuck, we've already fucked that up. Join the Nintendo Fun Club today.
It's time to get on to the actual money match here, which is Little Mac's World Circuit rematch against Mr. Sandman. In a minute, we're about to see him try that Dreamland Express one more time. Blink and you miss it. You blunk, you missed it. Little Mac's down on the ground, and you don't even know why.
That smash can come out of literally nowhere. Like the child I found out I had the other day. Remember, fellas, rubber up. Remember, buy Little Mac condoms today. They can take a pounding. The WVBA, while dealing with racist caricatures, is an advocate for gay rights. It's 1 step forward and 2 steps back with this company, I swear to God.
They're advocating for gay rights. They're advocating for gay lefts. Whichever fist you choose to pick, they're on your side. That's the WVBA. Just don't be a racist caricature.
Or be a racist caricature, because then they'll sign you.
They'll sign you, they'll give you a push, they'll make sure that your children are well taken care of, they'll fuck your wives while your children are at daycare. All of these are the things that must go through the heads of people like Mr. Sandman every time they step into the ring. Thankfully, Little Mac, at the age of 17, has no children, and according to my sex ed teacher, isn't capable of having them.
Soda Popinski recently learned about his wife, leading to the original divorce in the first place. The WVBA reunited them because they wanted to push a family-friendly gimmick on Soda Popinski. But little Soda Popinski pushed a bottle of vodka into our producer's skull, and that's why he's lying here beside me, slowly dripping on the floor. That's what you get for sleeping with Soda Popinski's wife, Greg.
But he's back on his bullshit. He's back into the game. He's throwing those rights. He's throwing those lefts. He's not throwing any rights. In fact, Mr. Sandman seems to have taken away Little Mac's ability to throw that right-handed uppercut that he loves so much. But Lil Mac, he's coming at him. He's saying, yeah, you son of a bitch, you took away my right hand. Well, I've got a left one with your name on it. Take it to the ground. Little Mac has a TKO on Mr. Sandman in round 2.
Mr. Sandman looking for a dream in this match, little realizing he found a nightmare in Little Mac.
The American Nightmare, Little Mac. Adrenaline is in his soul.
He's flexing his titties for the crowd to see. This man is a behemoth. His back is so wide you could paint a canvas on it.
I'm pretty sure that's his big draw in Hollywood. The Painted Man. Coming to all movie theaters in the next couple years. Look for it, or don't. Watch Die Hard instead. It's a better movie. He's coming in cross-eyed, looking either which way except right in front of him, which is where Little Mac happens to be.
It's easier to punch down than it is up, but sometimes you lose when you punch down, and everyone has learned from fighting Little Mac that this boy can punch up at the best of them. Little Mac may not be phased, but he currently is dazed and confused as he gets back up at 1.
Dazed, maybe. Confused, not so much. He's going right back at it. Got the heart of a lion and the liver of a small child.
As we have seen several times, they just pull him back up, dust him down, give him a shot of Doc Lewis's secret stuff, and he's ready to go for another 3-4 round. Super Macho Man's titties bouncing in Morse code saying, God help me.
God save the Queen. I don't know why he says that. He's not from England, and England does not have a queen at the moment.
You can do it, Little Mac.
I believe in you, Little Mac. Get my mouse off the fucking screen.
Referee Mario talking about getting the mouse off the canvas.
Get back up for a 3rd time!
Here we are once again, Little Mac fighting. I'm starting to wonder what kind of temporal prison have we locked ourselves within. What is this curse? Does it have something to do with this skin-covered book I opened the other day?
Perhaps. What's the name of it?
New Crow Mon. Should also mention I cannot read.
Well, most of the boxers in the WVBC cannot read either. It's quite the predicament that we've run into, especially with getting sponsorships from things like Make-A-Wish Foundation. None of them are good role models. Really got to take your hat off to referee Mario. He's been the heart and soul of the new WVBC ever since the Soda Popinski scandal, which is still ongoing. But considering he is the only moral person operating in this organization, you really got to take your hat off to him. He's been quite the inspiration for the rest of us. Super Macho Man taken down twice in round 1. That's the first time for Little Mac. He's really come back strong in this 3rd rematch.
1 minute left to go in this round. Can Little Mac pull an upset?
Do you believe in miracles?
As I stated before, I do not believe in miracles. I believe in Little Mac.
Well, Little Mac's gonna need all the positivity he can muster at this point. Time is clicking down. It could be less than a second left. And it's done! First round TKO!
Little Mac is back in the groove. And with Super Macho Man down, Little Mac is ranked number 1 in the world.
He has become the WVBA's world champion with a first round TKO. All he had to do was take a couple of hits, then he came back licking all the ass all the way up the rankings. And now he is the prime ass licker of the world. I've just been informed by our sponsors that the proper term is ass kicking.
I've gotten goosebumps from this fight, and also there's a hand climbing out of the book beside me. I should just keep that closed for now.
Let's close the book on that World Championship match. Let's celebrate our new champion, that spry underdog Little Mac, who's taken everyone to the limit. And such an amazing turn of events here on April Fool's Day, 1987.
We interviewed Super Macho Man, and his quote is, "I lost my belt. Where is XY? We have yet to figure out what that potentially means. I tried to find referee Mario, and he's gone running. 31 wins, 0 losses, 27 KOs. He's from Catskill, Nevada. He is 21 21 years old at a build of 220 pounds. Little Mac has apparently lost once out of the 3 times I've seen him lose, no doubt to the temporal magic of the book beside me. I have been feeding it potato chips to keep it at bay. So let's wonder what could possibly happen when our own champion, our hero of New Jersey, Little Mac, faces Kid Dynamite. I'm going to refer to him as Iron Mike Tyson.
The one and the only. Let's hope he never gets into any legal trouble, or else we will all get into trouble. This is a very bright canvas. It's blinding me with science.
Very true. And referee Mario, I thought you were on the run. Well, actually, prior to this fight, oh my god, Little Mac's already down. We surgically removed Little Mac's ears to prevent them as biting hazards, but instead Mike Tyson did not enjoy seeing that, so he ripped Little Mac's head off with a second blow. Little Mac is down for a second time within 14 seconds.
Up at 7, we've never seen him get down that late. What on earth is going on here? Mike Tyson's not biting at all, he's punching! That's illegal in a boxing match! First round TKO, Mike Tyson!
I am traumatized. Little Mac went into this fight with a plan, and instead Mike Tyson, looking at Little Mac's fighting spirit, decided to take him on. Man to man, no longer teeth to earlobe.
With that, you have to wonder, is this over for Little Mac? It seems to be, because we've all run out of money.